Did you know the US military is using video games like Call of Duty and Arma to train soldiers and recruit new ones? These games help soldiers stay in a combat-ready mindset, but here's the catch. They don't reflect the battlefield. Games let you respawn after failure, but in real life there's no reset button. Soldiers we interviewed said they were unprepared for the emotional toll of real violence even after hours in training games. The military isn't just training troops, they're using games to recruit. At events like PAX and Twitch streams, they show off games that glorify combat, but soldiers call it propaganda and say it's more about selling a fantasy than preparing for reality. So, next time you pick up that controller, remember, it's fun, it's thrilling, but for some, it's more than a game, it's a recruitment strategy. What's your take? Are video games just entertainment or something more?
What is up, pod people? This is another episode of Hoofhearted. I am Doc, and with me is Mex. Mex, what is up, dude?
Yo, Doc, how's it going? What's popping?
Nothing. Nothing. What's what? What's dropping?
Popping?
What's popping and what's dropping?
Yeah, my depression.
My
bank account. Let's go.
my bank account is dropping. My balls are dropping. Yeah. Gravity is crazy, man. Crazy. Anyways, yeah. So this is another episode of Hoofhearted, and if you want to contact us, you can contact us on Instagram at the Hoofhearted Podcast. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, so that's cool. You can listen to us on your phone, on a laptop, on your smart device of any kind. You can listen to us in the bathroom while you're taking a shit, if you want. You can listen to us while you're making sweet, sweet love to your boo.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to do, man, or woman, or whatever you identify as. I don't give a shit what you identify as. We are wannabe podcasters. That's what we identify ourselves as. You know, we have a lot of episodes for a podcast that has like no listeners. It's pretty crazy, man.
To be fair, there's a lot of people with like 15 different podcasts instead.
That's true. Yeah,
That's us.
What?
You know what that says more about us and them?
What does that say?
Together.
That what?
We're more dedicated.
That's right. We are more dedicated. Now, for those that are listening to this podcast, you might notice that the audio might cut in and out a little bit. Mex is playing a video game, so his audio is kind of it's not the best, but you know,
it's the fact I don't want to switch over my internet to my PC again and boot that shit up.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to try the Discord on PS5, but you said it was choppy. I need to get a better headset.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, just buy the PlayStation. Like
I was for one thing, I do have my Razer. I don't know what the fuck it went. But I was over at Walmart or Target the other day, and Razer has some PS5 ones for like $50.
Oh really? Okay. Well, I would get the Sony brand, man. It's really clean, and the audio, the mic works really well. And yeah, and then the thing that's great about it is, I mean, that's what I'm using right now. I'm using my PlayStation headphones for our recording, so I have them on my head. I'm not using the mic for it. but they're good, man. They're either Bluetooth or they're wired, so they can hook up to your controller. Or yeah, they're decent, man. They're good quality, but whatever. Anyways, enough about that. But we are going to kind of talk about video games, so I guess that's the segue. We are going to talk about the military's involvement with video games. Like we've been talking about the government getting involved with video games and military with the whole polybius. That maybe being a what do you call it? Like an experiment. If that was true, then we talked about the violence in video games and how the government wanted to censor those things. But today, which I think is funny because right now Mex is playing Grand Theft Auto, so and he's got his flying bike stuck on a church or some shit.
Not stuck.
Oh, there you go. You sound a little bit better. What are you doing?
I put you on my speaker, not my headphone anymore, because I had you on my wireless, but for some reason you couldn't hear me.
Oh yeah, no, I could hear you. It was just not the best. It was kind of cutting in and out.
Okay, now is it better?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's picking it up better now. So,
Sweet.
Yep, sweet. Anyways, but today we're like I said before, we are going to talk about the military's involvement with video games, and not a lot of people know this, but the Army actually made a video game. And I got to be honest with you, it looked like ass. So I don't know who they ended up. They wanted to use the video game for like recruitment and for training. And that's what they do with these video games is they. Goddamn, dude. Sorry, I'm watching Mex play. So yeah, it's quite comical. That is not how you're going to get accepted into that country club. I'm just telling you. Anyways, you're supposed to yell 4 before you run your bike into one of the trees. Yeah. So anyways, the government, the military, they use games like I guess they use games like Fortnite, which would be weird. Fortnite's kind of dumb, but I mean, not really. I guess I don't know. I didn't like it.
Just you how to get resources and build barricades.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah.
bench need that shit.
But they do use games like Battlefield, like Call of Duty, PUBG, these first person shooters. They use them like Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six is like really tactical, like the Tom Clancy stuff. So it's really tactical stuff. So they use these as recruitment tools and training tools to just to see like, okay, who can we have in our army of one or more or whatever. I don't know what their slogan is anymore, but it used to be all you can be, and now they just want you to be a gamer. But I know some people might think that it's far-fetched or it's crazy because, like, why would they use video games? But they've been using video games to train for a long time. I mean, they use Flight Simulator, the Microsoft Flight Simulator, to train pilots. They have tank simulating games. So there's simulations all the time. There have been simulations all the time.
Goat Simulator.
Yeah, that's to train our goat warriors.
Or yeah, okay.
You ever heard of that? You ever heard of that movie, The Men Who Stare at Goats? But
no,
not in a sexual way. But
that's what I figured it was to get people ready to like run away from that.
No, that was a whole different thing. That's another topic. actually. Men Who Stare at Goats. That was some Jedi shit, and we should actually talk about that because I've actually read that book and I've watched that movie, and yeah, it's some Jedi shit. So it'd be pretty interesting to talk about that sometime. But that isn't what we're talking about today. And I was gonna tell you, I think we got a new listener. Dave is listening, maybe.
Dave?
Huh?
Is it Dave?
Just some dude named Dave that I picked up in my Uber or Lyft, and I don't know. He was telling me about his job, and I asked him what. I don't want to like give too much information away because I didn't ask if it was okay if I talked about it, but basically like his job kind of opened up the window for me to ask him if he believed in conspiracies. So, and he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, now you're speaking my language." So, yeah, so I told him about our podcast, and he's following us now, and I think maybe we'll get a new listener out of it. So, if he likes it, if not, he's not listening. We can say whatever we want, I guess. But no, he was a cool dude. It was a good conversation. So I do like that part of the job, but I don't like that gas is so fucking expensive. So,
Yeah.
dude, because Uber and Lyft is not paying any more than they did before. So, but what do you think, man? Do you think that they can actually use video games to train their their warriors or the military?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think. I mean, fuck, dude. Got Assassin's Creed and shit like that. If they have, hey, you're laughing. I hear that shit. But what I was about to say is if they have good enough like AI, not AI, but like the VR, what is it? AR, augmented reality type shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where they can make like an actual like it seems like it's in person for them.
Mm-hmm.
They numb people down to where like they're fine of killing their like extreme assassins and murderers and shit,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
fucking magicians or Grand Theft Auto. They're just like stealing cars and no care.
Yeah.
But no shit like that. So I mean, they keep telling us like Ready Player One that they're gonna introduce it eventually. So at least from what I feel like from what they'll put out in movies, it's like an eventual. Oh, I fucking stole a car in front of a police station.
Yeah, that was probably a bad idea. Yeah.
But so
I do think that they have I do think that games kind of have desensitized a lot of people. That's for sure. Um, but why did you go that way?
I didn't know.
I do think that games have desensitized people for sure. It is entertainment, and I think a lot of people kind of, I don't know, especially young and impressionable people, and even old impressionable people, might forget that this is not reality, and that's a tree. Uh,
Yeah, no, I'm looking for whatever the thing would be.
okay. Um, but yeah, I mean, you know, I think some people have kind of lost their grip on reality, and that's sad. But I do think that people have become desensitized to violence, and not just in our video games, but even on television. You know, I mean, you could just watch the news and same thing. You know, there's not much difference, but you know, there's violence on the news, and they encourage it. They want they want to talk about it, and because it means more ratings for them. But
Yeah, it's common now. They it used to be when they'd have news reports on fucking school children having a day out, shit like that. Remember the '90s.
man, it was always they always had violence on TV as far as like
Yeah,
you
but
know,
now
the
it's
news and
more
stuff.
just like in face.
It's what?
It's in our face.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
guess.
it's gays with their dicks just throwing it in our face and shit.
I don't know about that. I've never had.
I like gay strip clubs, but when you don't want to be there, you know what I mean? It's awkward.
You're hanging out with the wrong crowd, dude.
It's not me. It's a friend.
Sure. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, but I mean, it is a fact that the military is using this for training, and like I said, they're doing it with the flight simulators. They're doing it with the tank simulators. They're doing it with goats. Apparently, I'm gonna bring up. I had some articles, so I'm gonna bring these up real quick. All right. So the great thing about AI is that if you get a long fucking article, you can have the AI go ahead and just give you a little breakdown of it. So
Too late. You didn't read.
I just don't. I mean, we've got 30 minutes for this show. I don't want to spend it the whole time reading shit. So this is an article from The Guardian, and I'm just going to read what the AI has. I just told it to go ahead and give me a little rundown of it. So this article examines the U.S. military's strategic pivot to video games and esports as a primary recruitment tool to combat its worst enlistment crisis since the Vietnam War. Facing a shortage of volunteers, branches like the Navy, Army, and Air Force have invested millions, up to $4.3 million annually for the Navy alone. They've invested that into streaming on platforms like Twitch and YouTube, competing in games like Fortnite and Valorant, and sponsoring influencers. Key points here. They're targeting the youth. The military specifically targets a young, tech-savvy demographic, noting that gamers often develop interests in careers as early as age 13, while official enlistments requires being 17. The military actively markets to minors in online spaces where age restrictions are easily bypassed and adult supervision is absent. The ethical concerns of this. Critics, including the veterans group Gamers for Peace, argue that this practice is unethical, which I actually would agree. And the fact that they're spending a bunch of taxpayer money to try to recruit 13-year-olds is fucking insane. And then the fact that the Navy spent $4.3 million for this shit is just crazy. I mean, who knows how much the Army and, the other branches have invested, but let's see here. The veterans group, they contend that it gamifies war, presenting a sanitized version of military life that hides the psychological trauma, physical toll, and moral complexities of combat. Veterans worry that children are being manipulated before their brains are fully developed to understand the gravity of enlistment. Now, I will say this. I've picked up in my work doing Uber and Lyft, I have picked up people, young men who are going into the military, and I asked them like what made them want to join. And on a couple of occasions, they said that it was playing Call of Duty that kind of got them interested in it. So they played these games. They called people the N-word, and then decided that they're going to go ahead and
say part of the training or like the process is to make sure that they could say that the N-word and fight for the right to say the N-word.
Yeah. Part of the recruitment video is, have you ever called somebody the N-word? Have you ever insulted somebody's mother? Like,
you ever fought your stepdad?
yeah, right. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I mean that's the thing, man. That like some people, that's it opens that it opens that door, I guess, you know. So the cool factor versus reality. Recruiters claim they are simply being relatable, showing that sailors and soldiers are regular people with the same hobbies. However, critics argue this creates a false equivalence between shooting games and the reality of modern asymmetric warfare, drone piloting, and heavy combat gear. And I'm glad that it talks about the drones, because if anything is close to being a video game, or anything in the military that is uh closest to like a video game, that would be flying a drone. I feel like people who are playing video games at a young age, the games that are violent, games that are like, you know, whatever, you know, like Call of Duty and Battlefield, um and then they get into the military, it's like, psychologically, are they ready to end somebody's life? You know, are they ready to witness somebody who they become friends with in their squad? They don't, you know, nobody's respawning, you know, and are they ready psychologically for this? You know, there's a lot of, I mean, you see it in movies, all these people who have PTSD that were in the Vietnam War, because they drafted all of these people who did not want to go to war. They drafted them and forced them basically to fight and see their friends die. You know, and it's like it fucked them up. It fucked them up so much. It forced them to watch their friends die and to kill people, and it fucked them up so much. And I feel like doing this is the same thing. Like there's like a disconnect, and the only people who don't get fucked up from doing this are people who are already fucked up in the head in the first place. Like, you know, dudes that, you know, kill like little puppies for fun. Like those are the kind of people that are like totally okay with this.
Dude, speaking of way off topic, but we need to talk about the Punisher someday. But go on.
Okay, I haven't watched it. They got a new
Yeah, they
season.
They did a one shot.
Oh, did they? Okay, all right. I liked the show when it first came on Hulu. It was fantastic, but
I don't know if it's gonna be like a continuation and be like a whole series. I think it's just gonna be one episode.
Okay.
So if you want to watch it soon, it's only like 40 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But sorry, go on.
No worries. No worries. But with the drones, right? Like the people who are controlling the drones, they're sitting in a dark room staring at a screen, and they're flying these drones. And yeah, they're all doing a little circle jerk, masturbating while they fucking shoot up schools and stuff. You know, it's just
America.
fuck yeah. So it's just kind of like, you know, that, and I don't know if it's necessarily like they're desensitized. I think that there's a disconnect. Like it's just like the people who they troll online, you know, like they hide behind their anonymity, you know. Like nobody knows who they are, so they can say whatever the fuck they want. There's no images, there's no image of them, there's no, you know, there's no accountability.
So the meme page or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like it's the same thing. Like they're sitting comfortably at a desk in front of a TV screen, and you know, like nobody's attacking them. So the worst thing that happens is they get a hemorrhoid, you know, like from sitting down too long. So it's just kind of fucked up with the whole drone thing. But And then also too, and we'll talk about this in a minute. But there's a movie, and there's been a couple of other instances where they've had young adults or teenagers playing video games, thinking they're playing video games, but they're actually fighting. They're controlling spaceships or whatever, and they're fighting in a war. And I'll talk about that stuff in a minute, but I want to finish this. Oh, here we go. Recruitment success. Despite the controversy, military leaders view the strategy as successful, citing increased engagement and anecdotal evidence of recruits joining because of gaming outreach. The Marine Corps, notably, has refused to officially use esports, citing concerns over gamifying their service. And I think that's the right kind of stance to have. I think that you can use games for training purposes, but for recruiting, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of different ways that they can do. You know, they can have simulations like with VR headsets. You know, paintball exercises, shit like that. That's all gonna help. That's all gonna help in training, but to have like video games being your recruitment tools, yeah, I think that's fucked up. Dual purpose. Beyond recruitment, the military acknowledges gaming's potential for mental health support and community building among service members, with some units using esports teams to foster resilience and treat veteran trauma through VR therapy. Okay. I don't know how good it I don't know how beneficial it is, and I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but I don't know how beneficial it would be to have a vet going through like PTSD to like strap on a VR headset and start like shooting people. I mean, it is safer than them having a gun, but I don't know. It just seems a little, that would
I
seem a
mean,
little much.
in a
But
way, putting them back where most of them are like trying to get back to, right?
I guess, I don't know, man. I don't know enough about PTSD. I don't know enough about,
Yeah.
you know,
Same
the
stuff. Yeah.
psychology of, you know, the human brain to really know. But anyways, but yeah, that was that. I'm gonna get into real quick the games or the movies that have talked about or had people thinking, oh, I'm playing a video game, but they're actually like fighting. Have you ever seen or did you ever read a book called Ender's Game or seen the movie?
No, not
Okay.
either. I've
Okay.
heard of them.
Have you well no, the game, there is no game. It's a movie or a book, and then there's
No,
all
that's what I mean. I've
oh,
heard
okay.
of the movie.
Okay, because I know it says game, so I thought maybe you thought that I meant a video game. No.
But
Then there's also a movie called The Last Starfighter. Did you ever see that?
no, it's not Fox.
What?
Fox Starfighter.
No, not Fox Star, not Fox Starfighter. No. um, The Last
Oh,
Starfighter. Okay, so Ender's Game was about this kid that was training, and part of his training was like this video game that he was playing, and he thought that he was playing a video game. He was like doing like space combat and stuff. Turns out, it was real, and he was actually like flying the ship, and he was shooting the aliens, and he had no idea that he was doing that. And like if you were doing that, like the trauma that you would have when you find out like this is real, uh, that I think that would fuck you up.
yeah. I don't know. I guess, but at the same time, you're like, I didn't know.
I mean, you know,
Why? How is that my fault?
yeah, but it's not your fault. But then, like, the realization that, like, I mean, what if everybody that you killed in GTA meant that an actual human being was going to die?
I am doing some good.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't get to control. Like, you have no idea. Like, you think that they're bad guys, but what if they're, what if they're good guys?
There are no.
What if they're just civilians and they were just minding their own business? And then, they're not NPCs. What if they were doctors? I'm just saying, like, you don't know what the target is. You're just blowing something up. So I don't know. I feel like it's fucked up. But they did that in Ender's Game. In the last Starfighter, this dude was playing, and I used to love this movie when I was a kid. He's playing an arcade game where he's flying a spaceship, and it's at like a trailer park where he lives. And then the he gets like the high score. He beats the game, some shit like that. And um, what was it? How the fuck was that possible?
I don't know what happened.
That
Just
was
keep
weird.
going.
Yeah. Anyways, so he ends up beating the game, and then all of a sudden, like, this alien spaceship comes out of nowhere, and he ends up, like, they end up recruiting him and flying him up into space, and they tell him, like, you're our only hope. And he's like, what? So I mean, like, yeah, that I always thought that was like cool. I thought that would have been like super cool to be like, you, because I was a kid playing video games, and like the idea that uh that you could end up like getting recruited by aliens and fighting in an alien war. I thought that was pretty dope. It was cool for like a 7-year-old kid or 8-year-old kid. I don't know how old I was, but so they've done that in that one. And then there was a book called Armada, which was pretty much the same thing. And the guy that wrote Ready Player One, he wrote Armada, and it was pretty much the same thing as the Last Starfighter. So, and kind of like Ender's Game, same concept, but I wouldn't put it past uh I wouldn't put it past the government, like, doing that kind of shit, or the military, like, doing that kind of shit, releasing some game to go ahead and recruit, like, secretly. I don't know if they could necessarily. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, it would be crazy if you had like some game called Drone Fighter, and it turns out that you're actually flying a drone and you're bombing shit. Like, that would be wild. I know you're in the
Like,
middle of trying to
no,
like kill
I'm
things.
trying to think. Like, so, like, they're putting the game out, or like, so, like, it's like just like a game I could go buy, like Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah,
and I'm able to control without knowing, or like you fully know.
no, you have no idea. Like, you think that you're just bombing fictitious places, but you know how like Grand Theft
I don't
Auto,
think they go to that extent.
you don't think they would?
No, because then it'd be obvious.
You
Like, I
think
think
so?
they'll do like the training, like secret agent training, but make it seem like, oh, like you've been playing uh, Call of Duty all these years. That's because we manipulated you, and it was like a secret training to make you want to keep playing the next one, and that way you when you get into the military, you're always gonna want to get your next mission. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I mean, that I definitely could see them using that kind of stuff for recruitment. But
But I don't think they do like a whole, we sold this random game, and now all of the Philippines is gone.
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think that they would be able to that would, yeah. I don't think that they would be able to do any other kind of game other than like a drone fighter, um or some sort of uh like Ace Combat where you're flying like jets.
Oh, this Ace Combat. Oh, fuck.
You
I
like
forgot about that
you like
game.
Ace Combat?
Yeah, well, I only played like one or two.
Yeah.
But the ones I played were fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's a good example of maybe that was one,
Yeah. I
like an
mean,
early one,
if you really
especially.
think about it though, like if you were using people like with drones, there's less casualties on, so like if the US is using drones or whoever is using the drones, whoever's flying the drones, there's less casualties except for the
Yeah.
enemy. I'm doing air quotes. Just the enemy would be the casualties. So the
Yeah,
same
but
thing
that's
would
the
go
point.
for like jets or whatever that if it was being piloted by AI or if it was being piloted remotely, then there's less casualties. Also, too, you'd be able to pull off some crazy maneuvers if you don't have to worry about G-force. So, it's just I see the benefits in it. I think also too, like if like say you're playing drone striker or you're playing, and I'm making that game up, but you're playing something like that, or you're playing Ace Combat and a game like that. I mean, but and you think that you're just playing a video game, but you're actually fighting like a real war. I don't know, like it
Like
just
you're fighting the wars in the past or something.
that's a crazy thing to think, but no, no, you're fighting like current wars, but unknowingly. I don't know. I just think that would fuck with people's heads when they found out, if they found
Oh yeah.
out. But yeah, I don't know. I do think that they're doing stuff for recruitment, which I think is fucked up. Training, I'm not necessarily against that. Definitely use video games because the people who are in the military now have grown up on video games. They've played Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They've played Battlefield. They've played Fortnite, So there's a lot of strategy in it.
They do a lot of things for recruitment though, so you can't blame them on that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
They use tits. Yeah, I mean they used to. I don't think they do anymore.
Yeah.
They used to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, you could join the military and get all this fucking pussy. Ah.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But yeah, yeah, you could, when you join the military, you get all this pussy and syphilis.
And it's free.
Yeah, free syphilis for everyone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess some of the recruitment stuff has been kind of underhanded for sure. I mean, they're not the only group of people that have done underhanded things or questionable things to try to get you to do something stupid. Like when they were handing out free chicken sandwiches if you ended up getting a certain shot. You know what I'm saying? So,
Really?
huh?
Did they really?
Yeah, dude, they were handing out like free food for if you got a shot. Like
I
they
would
would.
have got the fucking shot. God damn.
You're like, I was hungry. Yeah. No, or they'd give you like $50, or they'd give you like a gift card to Amazon or Walmart, some bullshit like that. It's the same thing to join the military. Like, join the military, and we'll give you this. So yeah, whatever. Anyways, I think our time is up. I gotta get to work. So, and then you gotta get to killing more people on Grand Theft Auto.
We learn how to ride this bike, man.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to get away from the popo, I see. Anyways, yeah, so that's about it. Is there anything that you would like to say to the listeners on our way out of this episode?
Streams are coming back, maybe. Doubtful, but it's something.
Oh, okay, cool.
Na 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 Nexie's world.
I'll have to stream with you sometime.